Hi and welcome to Adventures of Deanna. I'm Deanna. So last week I weighed in at 253.8 and I started my journey at 266 pounds. Stay tuned and I'll tell you how I did this week. So as you know, I'm following a podcast called Losing Weight with Phit-n-Phat. And in the plan, it has a few simple basic rules. Drink 7 ounces of water, get your 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night. Every day you're supposed to write your 24-hour realistic plan and follow that plan. And then you assess that plan. And then you follow a hunger scale. So you eat whenever you're hungry and you stop whenever you're satisfied. So let's talk about how I did on the plan this week. So I rate myself every day on the 5 different items, and this week I got a 23 out of 35, which is only about a 65%. So as far as following the plan, I didn't do that great. You know, I should get a higher score than that. But how did that turn out in weight loss? Well, this week I weighed in at 252.2, so that's like 1.6 pounds lost. So did pretty good job, even though I only got a 65 for my score. So another thing I want to do whenever I come on here and talk to you all is talk about the weekly podcast. So the podcast that came out on November the 8th, podcast number 135, was Key Habits to Losing All of Your Weight. So the key habits, number 1 is develop routines that work for you. So I have a routine where every morning I get up and then I write out my plan. After I, get dressed for the morning, then I write out my plan. I assess the previous day's plan. I write down what I'm going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, if I'm going to have any snacks, what my exercise is going to be for the day. So I get that done first thing in the morning. So then I already have my day. It's all planned out for me. The next thing it is number 2 tip, key habits, is surround yourself with information that supports your goals and what you're trying to do. So I do that. I have a great accountability group that I check in with almost daily, just to say, hey, this is what I'm struggling with, or this is how I'm doing, or I'm doing great, or whatever the case may be. But I check in with them, so that is a great supporter in order to help me lose weight. Number 3 key habits is to start slow. That was one of the key elements that really drew me into this plan, into listening to this podcast, into following through with myself, is that you start slow. You make a 24-hour realistic plan for you. Where are you at? Where are you starting? So for me and my husband, we work together. Well, across the street from each other, but we ride to work every day together. And we have the habit of going to lunch every day together. So I have to plan, right now, I'm planning my lunch to allow for that. So there's different foods, so I'm not bringing my lunch to work every day. I'm, going out to eat for lunches 5 days a week. So I just write that into my plan. What am I going to have whenever I go out to eat? Am I going to have a salad? Am I going to have a chicken sandwich? What is it I'm going to have? But I start where I'm at today. So I don't have to, go all diet mode and eat all these crazy foods. I start where I'm at. I start slow. Do a little bit, what I can do. So number 4 for the key habit is work on your self-talk. So whenever you mess up, don't call yourself stupid. Don't call yourself fat. Don't, all those negative things, or I'll never get there. I'm never going to be able to do this. I can't. I won't. Stop it. The negative self-talk isn't doing us any good. So we work on that. If we, every day I journal and I write down things, write down my thoughts. And if I find that, I'm having that negative self-talk, I check myself. And then I sit back and I think, what could I do better? Or what can I say good? What did I do that was awesome? Was I drinking all my water? Was I doing, something good? And let's focus on the positive and not give us into the self-talk, because that just kind of sends it down a roller coaster of negative thoughts and feelings. Don't wish for weight loss is tip number 5. So who's done that? Have you done it? I've done it. I was like, for like 4 months every day. I was just wishing for weight loss. Was I doing anything? I was not doing a damn thing. Not doing anything. Don't wish for it. Make it happen. All you have to do in order to make it happen is write out your plan. Follow your plan. Show up for yourself. It's pretty easy. So those are the 5 key habits. Develop routines. Surround yourself with things that are going to support you. Start slow. Work on your self-talk, and don't wish for weight loss. So Corinne really hit it out of the park with this podcast. It was a great podcast. I was totally all in all throughout it. If you haven't given it a listen, I think that you should. You can find it on any of your podcasts. I do want to mention that I'm not sponsored. I just like this podcast, and I want to talk about it because I want to reinforce the information that I'm learning in the podcast, because it's helping me grow and become a better person. It's helping me lose weight. It's helping me shrink down in size. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'd like to hear in the comments below what your routines are. What kind of self-talk do you catch yourself doing? How are you starting slow? So let's support one another here and on this channel, in this community. Support each other in losing weight and following the plan. Anyway, I'll see you next week.